Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Aerodactyl deck. So as quickly as I can, how does this deck work? Well, we've got this Aerodactyl with a great ability, Primal Winds, which as long as this is our active Pokemon, our opponent's basic Pokemon's attacks cost 1 more energy. And that's huge because basic Pokemon are dominating the format. Tag team Pokemon are everywhere. And if we can make that most of the time already expensive attacks just that little bit more expensive to use, that might swing the battles into our advantage. So obviously we need to be able to attack with this guy. We've got to have him as our active. So we've got the Boulder Crush, 3 energies, 2 colorless and a fighting, 120. I mean, that's a bit meh. Luckily he's fighting, so we do have some support to boost that a little bit. We've also got the Wild Dive GX, which does 50 times the number of energy attached to our opponent's active Pokemon. And if we're already making that big, heavy tag team Pokemon's attacks more expensive to use, that can be kind of nice just to swing in as well. Something else that's, we shouldn't sleep on is the free retreat. Free retreat is absolutely incredible, and it's really nice when we've got a lot of status conditions in the format, because it also allows us to get out of the active. Even when we've got sleep and paralysis, we're actually running Escape Ball because we're running Jirachi, so we've still got options to try and get out of the active as well with the Aerodactyl. Now, let's look at how we're setting him up. Fire, I think, is the best way to set him up because we need to pay this energy cost as quickly as we can, and Welded allows us to get a couple of fire energies on, then we can manually attaching our fighting energy. We've got Diancie to be able to boost that damage to 140. Now, I was running more of these martial arts dojos to boost it even further as well. It adds an extra 10 damage, but if we're behind, an extra 40. But I was finding that wasn't really matching up the numbers all that well in terms of, getting to a one-shot range. You're not getting to a one-shot range very often unless you're using the GX attack with the Aerodactyl to tag team Pokemon anyway, and 140 is generally enough to get the 2-shot approach. So I reduced the number of them because I was bricking with them and increased the number of giant hurts, and that just makes the deck work a lot nicer. We do have one other attacker here which is huge as well, because we're running lots of fire energies. I thought, why not whack a Reshizard into the deck? And the Reshizard just provides another attacking option that can get big numbers. So obviously Flare Strike, 4 energies, 230, and Double Blaze GX we can also use in a pinch as well, just to deliver the finishing blow in the matches that we need to. The rest of the deck, we're just all about setting up. So we've got our fossil excavation maps and our fossils to be able to get our Aerodactyls into play. Chosen not to use the stadium to be able to get our, stage 1 fossils straight onto the board, just because I think it's just better to get the unidentified fossils with the Aerodactyl rather than going that route. We want the turn 1 welder or turn 2 welder, so we've got lots of ways to try and get into it in the poker gears and the welders, and then the rest is just about setting the deck up. So let's begin. Hello, Luffy, welcome. That could have been a real nice starting hand too, if the fossil started as a basic. Oh, thank you Jirachi for saving that. That looked very, very awkward. Play both. Thinking you actually need to go and find me a Cherish Ball. That'd be the idea. Although, no, Fossil. We don't need Cherish Ball yet. We've got the Fossil. Got Pikarom. See, I lied. You don't necessarily need to go and find Cherish Ball just yet. We will do. I feel like that could be good to counter something. So we'll just grab these 2 fire energies, chuck it onto the fossil. We got Cherish Ball, which is great. We'll Stellar Wish. Grab ourselves probably the switch for the next turn as well, just in case I don't find myself a board. So for the moment, we'll just hold. We could all but be set. We now need a fighting energy. That's what we're desperately searching for next, is a fighting energy of some description. And if we get that fighting energy, I have a feeling we could very quickly see a turn 2 fold from my opponent. It does depend on getting that fighting energy. And we may have to use the switch straight away. Oh, you're gonna stamp me. Rude. Turn 1 stamp. Surely you would have no idea that I was set. Well, we got the fighting energy, now we just need Cherish Ball. Or an Aerodactyl. But surely you would have no idea that I was set there. I am shocked by the reset stamp being a priority. Absolutely shocked. Well, can't say I was expecting it. So what do you need? You need a stadium. Wow. Fighting energy here. Pissed. I mean, we're just emptying cards from the deck really at the moment. We'll Jirachi down, we'll Cynthia. We're just looking for an Aerodactyl and a switch. Got the skateboard. Alright, so. Oops, what do I want to get rid of out of this hand? The Liza. Get rid of the Liza. Grab a couple of energies out. And then, what can you go and find me? Oh, no way into it. Alright. We'll retreat. There's Jirachi. And still find nothing. Well, this becomes very awkward. Just can't find me an Aerodactyl to save my life. Alright, we'll have to pass it over. Give yourself another turn. There's the Thunder Mountain. So you've got the full blitz here. Luckily I have the counter stadium. What I need is an Aerodactyl here. And desperately. Gonna custom capture this one. I seriously cannot believe I missed. And that miss could cost me the game. That miss could cost me the game. Right there. So even if I got the Aerodactyl and I could evolve that this turn, that would have saved me. This is ridiculous. Well, there's an Aerodactyl. I'll grab that. The upside is you're not getting 2 KOs this turn. Do I want Heat Factory or do I want to switch? We're getting KO'd here anyway. We'll grab the Heat Factory just in case I need to counter something. We'll whack the Aerodactyl down. And leave it. So that is the one card I was missing from taking over this match. Surely you don't have double custom catcher again. Because this can only get you one of them. You could stamp me, which would be so frustrating if you stamp me again, if you've got another stamp. Do you run 2 stamps? That's the question. I seriously can't believe you turned 1 stamped. That was a shocker to me. Stadium nav, so you want to get rid of this stadium as a priority. So it doesn't look like we got double custom catcher coming. Which works for me. Ouch. Well, some luck's finally going my way. You do need an energy, which you would have got from the whatchamacallit, Volkner. The real question is, are you going to have enough energy to get to 7? I think that's nearly the real question. So that's only to 5, and this forces you to have to try and get to 7. So what we're going to do is Fire Crystal, a couple of energies back. Do I want a Heat Factory at the moment? I'm really thinking I don't. What we're going to do is Stellar Wish, because if I get a Cherish Ball, which we don't, so we'll grab the Giant Hearth. We are going to Heat Factory. And there's no guarantee we can get that Aerodactyl. So what we're going to do is just welder one of these to you. And we did get the Aerodactyl. So that makes me sad because I would have rather gone welder to you. But anyway. We'll get this one up as well. Have yourself a board. Do we have any other... The question is, do I have any others in deck? Let's just have a look at my deck. Because I don't really need anything more out of it. I say I don't actually have myself as a reset stamp. I think I should add reset stamp to this deck. Certainly things I've forgotten to add to this deck playing it tonight, isn't there? Alright, so we'll Boulder Crush. Whack you out. Something that should have probably happened a couple of turns back, but anyway, there was a Cherish Ball that I needed so desperately before. So I'm assuming your only hope is to get an EP, take out this Aerodactyl, and hope that I can't take out the Pikarom. Assuming that would be your game plan from here. Hoping that I can't set up this Aerodactyl next, which means that reset stamp that you gave away earlier, it's probably looking pretty good right now. Depends whether you're playing double reset stamp. You could well be playing double reset stamp. So you can't GX attack. Well, you can, but you can't take out 2 guys. So you've got this first Aerodactyl, which is fine. Or I suppose you could if you manage to get an E-switch with your Tapu Koko. Or with a Tapu Koko. But you do need that. Because it is in addition to the attack cost. And the attack cost right now is 4. Why have you got a plus? Oh, it's got no retreat. There's Choo Choo. And Mew Mew. So Mew Mew could be a problem in this match. But he prioritized the Pikarom earlier. So he tag bolted to get the KO. And you don't get the extra effect. Unfortunately for us, we can weld up two of these guys onto you. We can pay the energy costs, we can switch, we don't even need to manually retreat. And we can wild dive GX. We didn't actually need even the welder, but anyway. I just realised we could wild dive GX. I mean, here's a matchup that's going to be hard for you to win, but I can't believe that turn 1 reset step. Hello, Bot Psycho. Welcome. Ooh. This is like the Pokemon you don't want to start with the hand you don't want to start with. And going second. The only thing that I think could be worse is if I'd mulliganed like 5 times before we started the game. I don't think I can think of anything else that could have been worse. Alright, so gotta be careful of the Reshizard. That's for sure. I mean, you're gonna get KO'd on the next turn. I'd be shocked if you weren't. And I mean absolutely shocked. At least I got a top deck of a Cynthia. Because this hand is trash. Let me tell you that. We'll Cynthia. Get you down. We have enough to get into Aerodactyl on the next turn. So we'll hold. Because what I'm hoping for is to make attacking awkward and catch up the game that way. I don't think your HP is above 120. Yours definitely isn't. Like your evolutions. Would love to be able to get into this one this turn. You do... You do make it hard because I was punting on you taking this guy down. Now you're going to know that I'm playing Aerodactyl. It's unfortunate. We'll hold. We can empty this hand fully and get draws out of Custom Catcher. So if you don't KO me here, I'm kind of hoping you evolve this and just KO the Diancie. And then we'll go in with Aerodactyl. That's what we're kind of going for here. But I want you to attack this guy. Oh, we got the switch. But we need an energy. No we don't. No we don't. No we don't. What am I talking about? We'll switch to my Jirachi. We'll use the Jirachi to go get ourselves another switch. Actually we will. I know I said that joking around, but we will. Because that can be useful to get back in Jirachi and try and get out of this hand on the next turn. So we'll retreat out of this guy. Now you can put me to sleep, which is annoying, but that's also the other reason to go into it. I actually want to get rid of the Shroomish just the moment. Just because you take 2 energies now to attack. And this won't have any energy acceleration. And now I just need to, on the next turn, try and get another Aerodactyl set up. So that way we can keep, you know, flip-flopping between Aerodactyls. When you're trying to put me to sleep all the time. That's the plan anyway. Luckily for me, I got the right matchup to start the ante up front. That was an ugly looking start, and we got the top deck Cynthia, which is fantastic. There's the poison sleep. That's what we're anticipating. I'm only running one manual switch, so Tantalizers are going to be important now. How did that attack? Oh, does this not work when I'm asleep? Oh no, because you're not a basic Pokemon. Idiot! Idiot! Read your cards, Shaun. You really need to learn to read your cards. I didn't even think of that. I probably need to get rid of this guy. Anyways. Grab Cynthia. So what we're going to do is Heat Factory down, trust that we can get into another Fire Energy later. Just to get some value out of a Heat Factory. Excellent. Got into one. Ooh, hopefully you can find me a fossil. I need a fossil. That's not a fossil. I'm seeing a lack of fossils. I'm actually seeing lack of viable attackers on the next turn unless I get Reshizard down. Honestly. Which is super awkward. We'll retreat to you. And for the moment, we'll Boulder Crush, get rid of this Breloom. There's Fire Crystal. But that only gets me one energy too. Mind you, the only one that's taking the KO here is the Snorunt's evolution. The Breloom. Not the Breloom, oh, what's your evolution? Froslass. Froslass. And if you get the KO, I can get the KO back with an Outrage, but it does make switching after that all the more awkward. Don't stamp me. It's not very nice. It's not very nice to stamp people like that. Alright, well, at least you're bricked, and we can retreat out of this. Which we're going to do. I do have Tantalizers, which could help. So we're going to Poke Gear first, into nothing. And then Stellar Wish. Into a Liza. Which I think is important here, just to put maximum pressure back on you. So we're going to switch back to this guy. And get an energy to you. And right now, Boulder Crush. Because you're completely bricked. Unless your top deck is amazing. Your top deck does have to be pretty amazing. So I'm assuming Snorunt will come because you can retreat to anyone you want with the Snorunt. But you might not be able to even get me a sleep on the next turn. Depending what your top deck is. Custom catcher? Okay, so it helped you. Did you get out of it? So Aerodactyl's taken 3 prize cards, so it's done its job. Custom catcher again. Might be really awkward here. You got the Froslass, but you don't have the attack with this guy this turn because you've already energy attached. Still digging, so there's no more gusting in your deck. Well, that I know of. No, there wouldn't be any more gusting. That's all the custom catcher's gone. For sure. There's a Cynthia. I mean, you have to get me a sleep and poison this turn. That's just something you have to find a way to do. And worst case scenario is we'll just retreat to this Jirachi. Not looking good. Not looking good. Ah, there it is. There it is. Now, how many tantalizers do we have? 1. So we got 1 more switch option. Although this is gone. Yeah, that's fine. I'll say that's fine. It's not, but we'll live with that. We do want the tantalizer on the next turn to try and get out of you putting me to sleep. Although the Froslass is a big problem when I think about it. Because that can one-shot me. Which means we need double custom catcher this turn. If we're going to go in that way. What we're going to do, we probably should have poker geared first. Just energy attach here. Get a fossil down. There's no gusting, so I have time. Just remember that. We only have... Oh no, we've got 2 in deck. I don't need the poke gear. The giant hearth could be useful. Just to thin the deck a little bit more. We're going to retreat to this guy. We're not going in with Reshizard. That's for sure. Get the first of the custom catches into hand. Poker gear now. Get nothing out of it. For now we're going to hold. I don't want to burn anything from this hand. This next one we're looking at a Welder play. We're trying to find our way into an Aerodactyl. I'm just very wary of that Froslass. That Reshizard has to come out when I've basically got the win and not before. No way can it come out before. But the problem is giving that 1 prize card now makes it even more awkward. So what we're going to do is we're going to Fire Crystal, grab a couple of NGs back. Is there anything I can get rid of in my deck? More fire energies from my deck, which we will. What's in here? We've got a Cherish Ball and 2 Aerodactyl. If I don't get these this turn, this could be a problem. This could be a big time problem. Just got it. Thank you. We'll whack this down. Get the Aerodactyl down. And we'll now Stellar Wish our way into... What do we need now? Got Cynthia. We want Reset Stamp, actually. We're going to stamp you now. Because you've got a lot of cards there. And I want to stamp you right now into a small hand again. Retreat into this guy. And we'll Boulder Crush. Because now we've got a fossil that we can also get rid of. So we're going to retreat to this guy and then just discard it. And we've got our other Liza out. So I'm feeling good about things now. I had to just think about that for a little while. Just for a little while. About how we had to get around it. Because this Froslass is an issue. And you now have to find a water energy if you want to attack with this. Or a grass energy attack with this. But you also need to get me back asleep again. Oh, shrines. Something I don't really want. How many stadiums have I played? 1. Have I not even played my Heat Factory? I don't think I have. Oh, I'm feeling good about this. I don't even want to play my Tate and Liza. I don't want a new hand here. Or do I? Let's go to a new hand, just to dig a little bit deeper. So you never know what you've got available to you. Excavation map. We've got the Tate and Liza as well. I just want to have a look at my deck. There's nothing really here. We've got another fossil excavation map if we need it. We'll just... Oops. Oh, I needed the... Oh, that's a problem. I need the board. I forgot that I need a board on you. Which I don't have. I need the Liza that turn. That was bad. Luckily we woke up. But you're now within range, aren't you? Can I stop misplaying? Oops, I need the Liza that turn. I just assumed that I had the board there like my other Aerodactyl did. Didn't even look. That's alright. It's doing 140, which is enough. It's actually perfect numbers with the shrine to tick over. So it's a Mareep based build, this one. Which means that now Reshizard has to last a turn. Although you're going to go with Icy Wind. Alright, we're going to switch. We are going to run a switch to the Jirachi. Or Pokegear here. I feel like any more energies onto you is a waste, but oh well, we'll waste them. Stellar Wish. Oh, in fact, I should have welded it onto it. We'll grab another custom catcher, why not? That could be useful at some stage. And we'll retreat to this guy. Take out the big Froslass threat. We do want to counter that stadium too. So you can put me straight to sleep. I actually just want you to KO this now. Although you got rid of the shrine for me. So I want to KO the Aerodactyl now. I am glad that I bricked you hard so you had to use all of those custom catches. I've got to remember your abilities only for basic Pokemon. It's just because most decks you play are basic Pokemon, you forget about that. Smart move. Smart move. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to counter that stadium, and we're going to custom capture an Amoonguss up. And wait there. So we're awake, so that's good. Now, do you have something to put me back to sleep? You do. You got the switch. This is annoying. Well, just have to wait. Just try and do the maths here. 10 to you, so that's 160, 170. Oh, hang on. No, it's 2 each time, isn't it? No, 1 each time. So 160, 170. It's the odds on the way back to me. Ouch. No, odds on the way back to me. No, that's good. That's good. Odds way back to me is good. Pass it over. Yeah, I don't want another shuffle card. I don't know if I've got any other shuffle cards. Oh, I've got a Cynthia somewhere. Hopefully it's not prized. Yeah, hopefully it's not prized. I'm glad it's coming odd on the way to me. I mean, double heads and this is over as well. So now I just need this to KO. So what's the plan? What's the plan? Looking for a big comeback plan here. I don't think you've got one. Nah. Because I don't think you've got a comeback plan. GG's, GG's. Hello, Kinsey. Welcome. Hopefully we don't mulligan too many times. Ah, just once, that's alright. I didn't even look at my hand. Are you happy that I'm playing Aerodactyl? Ooh, this deck is deadly. This deck is deadly. Can you get me a fossil? You can. This deck is deadly. How do I know? Because I had fun playing with it myself. So I want to weld up this couple onto you. Get a nice manual attachment to you. And then go and get another fossil. I feel like we'll play the board down just in case. And that's all we want to do, really. But yeah, this deck is deadly. I'm looking forward to playing it, but it's deadly. Luckily, we have free retreat. As long as I can get a second fossil set up, it does give us that advantage. And we hit weakness. So we are one-shotting these. So I do think, and we're like making them pay extra for the attack cost. I do like our chances here. Oh, Reshizard. Anytime you see Reshizard, it changes the story, because Reshizard you've got to take very seriously. And a Mew Mew. You take all these cards very, very seriously. Do you have the turn 1 KO? You only need one energy attachment, and you've got the turn 1 KO, which is beautiful. Thankfully, we've got an Aerodactyl just set up and ready to go. I can take advantage of that as well. This is looking very much like the list I used. And you've got the Draw 5 cards. I wouldn't mind nearly a reset stamp here. Alright, well at least we've got the one shot. We're not going to be confused on this, that's good. Ask and you shall receive. Sometimes, ask and you shall receive. Do you want to go back to 4 cards, please? Thank you. What a top deck. What a top deck. We're definitely not custom catching anything. We will Cherish Ball for an Aerodactyl. And I'm feeling like I don't want the Giant Hearth here available to you. So I'm actually going to go and get myself a couple of Fire Energies out and then get rid of that stadium. Just feel like I do not want that stadium here. So we're now going to Boulder Crush, and hopefully we made it very difficult for you to get set up, because you also have to pay 1 extra for the attack cost with these big tag team Pokemon of yours. There's the ear-ringing bell. We might need to custom catch just to get around the ear-ringing bells as well. Although, it's only a problem if you get lots of Parasects. I can take advantage of that stadium. The real question is, do I just get the 1 prize card now while it's available? Knowing that this very much looks like the list I used. Feeling like that might be the way. Or do we... Getting the 1 prize card now feels good. I like that. I like the feel of getting the 1 prize card now. What we're going to do is Heat Factory one of these away. Dancy sounds good. Poke Gear. Go and get a Cynthia. Then weld up this onto you. Here's a big question. Whether or not it's worth going after the Reshizard or just taking a 1 prize card while we can. Hitting into you and hoping that you continue charging him up and then keep this to try and go after this later. But I'm reset stamp prone. We'll custom catch it now. We'll get rid of that Parasect. I think I prefer doing that. We'll Poke Gear now. We'll go and get ourselves a Weld Up. Let's see. Feels pretty good to me. And we'll just now Boulder Crush. Take the KO. And it means now that any tag team that you lose is game. And that's what we like. And we're wanting to try and force as many energies onto you as possible, because that threatens you as well with the GX attack. And we want to try and get a Reshizard set up as well, I think. So 3 energies on you is good. I feel like I probably want to retreat after this. What's this one do again? 160. Which means I'm hoping no Parasects show themselves. Because if a Parasect shows itself, I'm in a lot of trouble. Oh, I'm out of water. The other upside of getting rid of the Parasect is it makes the 210 slightly more awkward. So Cynthia. Grab both of these. We don't really need both, so I'm thinking of just throwing one away. Getting a second Jirachi down. Yep, second Jirachi down. Will. Fire and Crystal now seems a bit of a waste. Want to retreat to this guy. And Boulder Crush. And just put this under the pump. Because if you attach too many more energies without healing this guy, it's over anyway. And I never want to lose an Aerodactyl going back to you. So you'd have to retreat out, because if you leave this Mew Mew in the active, it's all over. If you retreat out, it's 4 damage counters onto you, but then we just retreat again, attack. But then it becomes more awkward as well, so... Plus that's 2 more energies that you lose. But you got plenty of energy resources, I'd imagine. I do love this deck though. As looking exactly the way I built it. Do love the deck. Yeah, good move. Good move. Very good move. The upside is I don't get the damage from Untitled here. I don't get the damage from the confusion on the next turn. There is one of my custom catches, so I'm going to switch into the Jirachi, because if I get the second custom catcher, it's game. That's something just to keep in mind. A second custom catcher here and it's game. Nah. Unfortunate. Grab a draw supporter. Oh, no, that's the right way to play it. Feeling like this guy is the way I want to go. And we'll now Boulder Crush, get rid of this Paris. There's another fire energy. The only downside of going what I've done, I can't get the Reshizard on. I've only just thought of that. Smart man, smart man. Gonna stamp me. Got into a poker gear. Hopefully that can find me the Cynthia again. Thankfully these guys have got free retreat. He dodged a bullet with the without me getting that custom catch. Ooh. It's gonna KO on the way back to me, so that's fine. We'll get rid of this poker gear now. I mean, it doesn't matter, I'm synthing. Oh, I could have actually, because I could have got a Titanizer. Well, Heat Factory. We'll whack this on. Want to hold on to the Fire Crystal at the moment. Let's just burn this. Burn this. I'm feeling like I want Welder. Thank you for not KOing on the way too. I should have actually looked at my deck to see whether I had double custom catcher still remaining or whether that's one of my last two prizes. How many fire energies in the bin? 2. Alright, Jirachi, you're up. So I'm feeling like here, I want a Fire Crystal, grab those 2 energies back. Do I have any other Fire Crystals left? I really need to look at my deck. Oops. Why was I seeing those Fire Energies? I don't know whether I've got a Fire Crystal left in deck. And that could change who I should put these guys on. Because if I've got another Fire Crystal in deck, that allows me to threaten for 230. I think we'll threaten for 230 anyway. We'll just go for that. Now, this allows me to look at the entirety of my deck. I've only got 1 custom catcher. I do have a Fire Crystal though. I have to be careful on not docking out here. Vegetating lasers are going to be huge for, and so is the Fire Crystal. Which will manually attach 1 more. We'll retreat to this guy. And we'll now Boulder Crush. With the upside being that I've now got you within range of my Reshizard. Because you're hitting for 200 already, and 230 with another energy on you. So you've got to be very worried about that, and the only one that can survive a hit now is this Reshizard. Now if you retreat into him, I'll just go into you with this Aerodactyl. And get some chip damage on again. So I'm assuming, I'm just trying to think of the ways that you could win. You could try and deck me out. But I don't know if you can last enough hits to survive all that. Because you can't lose a Kangaskhan. That's game. You can't lose obviously any of these tag teams. You can afford to lose a Parasect, which is a hit. I've got double Titanizer. The Fire Crystal I can't do anything with when I think about it. As there's no fire energies left in my bin. Unless I manually retreat the Reshizard at some point. That could be a way for me to delay the game. But I do have 2 Titanizer shuffles, so that buys me a lot of turns. It really does. So then it means that you've got to take all these prize cards, which means you need to probably KO an Aerodactyl, 2 Aerodactyls. So you're going to give up the Parasect. Alright. Which means after this you cannot afford to lose a single Pokemon. I'm just going to go over to you. And I'm not even confused now. So you can last a... Ooh, custom catcher. And you gave me that prize card, actually. I didn't even think of that. So giving me that prize card is deadly as well for you now, because I've now got double custom catcher. So if you run away to anyone, I can go and chase. I think he's realised he's probably going to have to take the KO now. Getting that Parasect when I did, I think was huge. As it just meant that he couldn't afford to lose a tag team. His tag teams were his main attackers, and these things get one-shotted, so... yeah. I think that was massive. Absolutely massive. Just every emoji in the book. I'll give him just a well played. Gonna bring up the Reshizard. I mean, that doesn't even matter. Slit Spiral Punch. Because we can retreat out of that, or we don't even have to. Yeah. Taking the Parasect when I did, I think, was huge. I do love that deck. I absolutely love this deck. Wonder if it's the same list. Mind you, I can't 100% remember how I had my list. I'd have to look. No, I didn't run Koga's. So it's not the same list. Anyway, GG's, GG's. And it is time to rate this deck, and starting with damage here. Damage is interesting because we are just really hitting a flat 120 a lot of the time, but we do have options to get big hits into our opponents. So if they load up a Pokemon with lots of energies, which they might have to given our ability, we can use Wild Dive GX, and that becomes a huge threat on the board. Plus, we've also got Reshizard, and Reshizard is obviously a big hitter in himself. Delivering Flare Strike for 230, we've got the Outrage as an option if we've got lots of damage on us. Plus, we have Double Blaze GX, which we can still get to the 6 energies if we absolutely have to get a 300 attack off. So we do have big threats looming around, despite us being more of a 2-shot based deck for the most part. So I'm going to give the damage output an 8 out of 10. As for the defense, well, we're giving up 2 prize cards on 210 HP with the Aerodactyls, but we're making them, their attacks cost more, so that helps with the defense. Plus we've got free retreat, which is great just to try and protect KOs and things like that. We've got the Reshizard here, which is 270 HP, which is huge, but we're not running really any healing or anything like that. So the defense side of things, I'm just going to give it a 7 out of 10. We've got high HP and an annoying ability that I've got to get around, but yeah, just a 7 out of 10 for the defense. As for reliability, well, the Welder Engine's just amazing here. The only Pokemon we really desperately don't want to start with is Diancie, which is the reason why we've maxed the Jirachi count. That's who we really want to, and Reshizard's not the end of the world most of the time, as long as we can get ourselves into a Welder early, and we can tackle the Reshizard early instead. So yeah, this deck runs pretty well and sets up most of the time. So reliability, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So overall, what do I think? I'm really surprised with this deck. I had a lot of fun playing with it. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just was having a look at the cards and seeing his ability and went, that seems kind of fun, and I want to give it a go. So overall, I'm giving this deck a 9 out of 10. It impressed me pretty well.